All right, and welcome to Cinema Soda. We are watching. Just a shout out to everyone. I am, of course, Rob. You can always check out my stuff. My username is VR Sebeko. Always check my books out. Jin's War is and available on anything ebook. It's there. Cool. Then, of course, we have Dude, the movie guy, who is available. Very great movie opinions. You're about to hear some good stuff from him. He's available on X, Instagram. He's available. Check that name out. You'll find him. And then, of course, we have Buck, who will be coming in and out every now and then. He is, of course, famous for his Kang vs. Black Panther, fantastic animation project, and, of course, his great Buckmeister music, and, of course, Buckmeister Media. Please check that out. Cool. And this is African Frame, where um, we break down movies in the greatest detail, borderline frame by frame, and try to give you every information you need to know about how storytelling works. Yeah, cool. So let us start. I've tried something new this time to try and see if I can maybe spruce things up and have you guys kind of see what I see. Added a little bit of screenshots to maybe help us along here. As soon as I find the share button. Okay, there we go. Now, my question is, should I not do it in a different way?
Yeah, I'm on screen. Jesus.
There you are. Yeah, your pants were down was appalling.
Nah. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah. Okay.
There you go, you're back. You've done the intro.
Cool. No stress.
Cool, 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 cool. Can you guys see what I see?
Yes, you
Yep.
can. Oh my gosh, you did a PowerPoint presentation?
Something like that. It's my actual script. Um, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first, let's start with the starting. Let me start out by shouting out the music. I enjoy, like, I don't know, it was because of my great speakers, but I absolutely enjoy the bass and the beat and the music. It's very passionate, gets you going. I would
Mm.
probably say the only maybe potential criticism is I have is it doesn't have that staying power that maybe like Harry Potter or like Avengers has, you know what I mean? But otherwise, the actual depth, it sounds great. It's not generic. That the drum Chinese drum style is of course always good. So anyway, we start with the music in the background as our hero is training alone, the classical.
Boom, boom, boom,
You
boom,
know
boom, 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 boom,
exactly.
boom.
I don't know who does
Bro,
it best. Jackie Chan.
guys,
Mm-hmm.
this scene is epic. Like,
Yeah.
this scene sets the whole movie, bro. Like, the music. I have the
Mhm.
song on my phone.
Oh, snap. Okay, so then
Yeah.
you understand what I mean
Hey,
then. Yeah.
all of
Trust.
us went to go Google. All of us went to go Google how to learn wind turn online after watching this movie.
Oh yeah. Because it hits you in the feels. Absolutely, man. But who do you think does it best? Mr. Donnie Yen, Jackie Chan? I think Bruce Lee has used it before, but I think most famous is Jackie Chan, I think. I don't know.
The
No,
first
no,
time
no,
I
no, no.
saw this,
Bruce Lee was kind of the one who popularized it because he used it a lot in his films, and he was like the most famous student of Ip Man and all of that stuff. And he was
Of
like
course, yeah.
the only time he was crediting Ip Man a lot.
Mm.
But yeah, in terms of who popularized it, it's definitely going to be Bruce Lee because they didn't really make these Ip Man films or TV series or whatever like until like 2008-ish.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know mainstream wise, it didn't hit the same way Bruce Lee movies were hitting.
Mm.
And Bruce Lee was big about using Wing Chun in his fighting in his style in the movies.
all right,
So,
for me,
That
the first time
rapid
I
that
actually,
rapid punch that rapid punch sequence thing. He uses it a lot.
mm.
for me, the first
Or
time
he
I
used it
saw
a
this
lot.
thing, that was in Jackie Chan for me actually made it popular.
Mm.
Rumble in the Bronx. That's the first
Yeah.
time I saw him use it. He was a beast. That one scene when he used them like practicing there. That scene was beast. Ip Man for me was the first time me actually seeing it like the motion. Like, dude is actually graceful with it. The way he moves is so dope. And when he in the fight scenes, you actually see the moves that he practices on that thing. It's just beautiful.
Oh wait,
Uh,
are you talking about who does it the best or who popularized it?
For me, it
Both.
was Jackie Chan. I don't know about others.
Well, I said who does it the
Oh,
best, but either way, either or. Yeah.
okay. Well, popularized it definitely. I can say because I grew up watching martial arts films. I can tell you that the Wing Chun specifically popularization, it was Bruce Lee because he took it to the West. So he was
Yeah.
doing a lot of this stuff in the West and all of that stuff. In terms
Mm.
of the best, though, Bruce Lee didn't just use this though in his fighting style. He was also using grappling. He was boxing. He was using
Yes.
taekwondo. So I can't say it's him if you're talking about this style specifically. But if you're
Yeah,
talking
the
about this
specific
fighting style
balls.
specifically, I give it to Donnie Yen. I give it
All
to
right.
Donnie Yen. I think
Okay.
because of all the films, this dude like that rapid it sounds like a drum the way he's doing it. You know.
Yes. But I'm talking about the pole, not the actual style. The pole, the trading pole. Because you see it a lot
Oh,
of
the trading
martial arts
pole.
movies. Yeah.
Okay, that is a tough one.
Because Meals on Wheels, Rumble in the Bronx, and there's like I think he's used this in at least two other ones where you see it in Jackie Chan. But
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
but
Jackie Chan did it.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look again. But yeah,
yeah,
Jackie Chan also hit that shit smooth. So I can't give you an answer on the pole thing.
fair enough. It's kind of funny. The man who's the best on the pole. No, I'm joking. Okay,
Oh my god.
so it's cool. So what happens is we get some text overlay, we get information on where the location is. We what? On where the location is, what it was renovated for, that little town is basically famous for its martial arts. We then cut quickly
Yeah,
to it.
Foshan.
Yes, where multiple groups are trying to attract people to their dojos in a location that, of course, is famous. You get
Yeah,
multiple flags.
this is the episode of Street Fighter. It's just people boxing in the street randomly. Like somebody's like trying to serve tea or something, and there's like two dudes in the corner. Hurrah! Hurrah!
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
also, I just want to say, you're trying to attract people, get your best students in front. Because some of
mm,
those bras that were doing the hurrahs, they look so lazy. I was like,
yeah.
guys, are you not invested in this kung fu?
I
So
actually
I was
do.
like, I saw one guy, he was like, huh. I was like, huh.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
how long are we gonna do this?
Exactly. So yeah, we see the different schools, like you said. A new dojo has clearly been formed, and there's a new master, but there's no fanfare, just other martial artists watching. They don't care either. Using the visuals alone, you can kind of see that the martial arts schools are oversaturated. The dojo masters are frustrated. They are attracting people by showing their own terror, and like you said, their own terrible training. That's what I was showing here. And like, it's
Look at that
again.
guy! Look at the guy! Like, what's this first one? The one closest to the master. He looks bored, Chief. I'm like, guy, you're not just feeling it. The master's not getting to you. What's happening here?
It just looks terrible, and they aren't moving in line. They aren't moving as one. Um, now my
Like I'm saying, in the classic kung fu movies, I don't know, the master would have taken a stick and he would have been hitting everybody's hands and heads
exactly,
at this point.
yeah,
This
had
is
them
why your
bounce,
school is sports.
had them bouncing, yes. Which again, it's so odd. It's
They
like
would have
the
made
question is,
Jackie Chan do the horse stance over a fire pit with
yeah,
weights attached to his wrist or some shit.
exactly. So my question is, because it looks like a second unit did it. So the question is, did they do this on purpose, or was this the second unit acting lazy? Because again, there's so much attention to detail in this movie that you almost have to wonder, is this on purpose to show that these schools are not as good as Donnie Yen? I mean, as Mr. Ip Man. Um,
I think maybe because he's Kung Fu Superman in this. Or he's
which,
Goku. Like I like this opening was also an episode of Dragon Ball Z. I swear, but we'll
it's
get to it.
so funny you say that because I do actually mention Dragon Ball Z later on. It's funny that you say it, but I'm going to get there. So anyway, the scene moves on to a very unique transition where we see a kite floating away from the Kung Fu Master scene before to a massive home. I feel like no one really pays attention to this, but this man clearly lives in a mansion. This man is living his best life. And of course, Master Ip is his
And
name.
I'm like, off of Kung Fu? Do they just pay you because you're good?
Yeah, like, because first of all, that's what later on you find out that's anyway. Yes, I have no idea. Let's just put it like that. Anyway, Master Ip is his name. We learn it 3 minutes in with an exposition setup, which is perfect for many a
Mm.
movie, especially a martial arts movie. I like to call this the challenge introduction. So sports movies often do this. We're having an announcer set up who the hero is and who and why you should care. Though normally it will be set up for the character, not on purpose, not for a purpose. A different but somewhat similar technique would be I call the guest speaker technique, where a character such as a challenger, a professor, or announcer introduces a hero. Let's just call it the announcer exposition technique. This has great pros and cons because here the hero is introduced and can use the speech as a let's say the speaker is introduced and can use the speech as a way to set up the themes or the argument the story is going to make. An example, of course, being The Last of Us or I Am Legend. Everyone remember this Last of Us scene? It's pretty famous, where it sets up, oh, okay, this is how this works. Or the with I Am Legend, it's the Crypt Key interview scene. So it's a good way of setting something up without making it sound
Okay,
clunky.
but I'm trying to say that you know how wild it is that you can just walk into somebody's house and be like, "Hey, dog, I want a box,"
No, it's
and the
crazy.
guy's like, "I'm having dinner with my family," and he's like, "Yeah, I know, but after you're done, we'll box." And I was like, I don't even get to digest my food. You can't come back tomorrow. I can't stretch to warm up in Yana. This is like Dragon Ball Z formula. Like the bad guy lands and Goku has to drop whatever he's doing and box this man.
No, 100%. But yeah, but
It is
basically, what
what
I'm trying to say about him walking in and challenging the guy, basically, this is a writing technique that you can use for all those aspiring
Mm.
authors. So anyway, the TV show, the TV show, the professor is introduced. He sets up the problem, and then people in the future try to fix the problem. I think maybe Day After Tomorrow does the same thing. Um, anyway, the con of doing this is that
Oh,
it
is that the
risks.
one where they out on the ice?
Yes, that's the ice one. The risk of doing
Oh,
this is that it creates.
that scene was so funny. Like no, I don't mean to tangent, but that scene was
Yeah.
hilarious. When they like close the door and the ice is like, ah, damn you, Matt Damon. Like, and the ice gets tired. And just the door is like, the door's closed, guys. Let's go home.
Jurassic Park 3 with the door where they close the door and the T-Rex is like, "Aight, you got me." But yes, oh, yeah, the negative of them doing a speech first is that maybe it's too much of an "I told you so." Okay, maybe you're being a bit too on the nose. Anyway, I would think there's something similar happened in Jurassic Park 3, where you get a call up of Professor Grant and he's talking about a bunch of stuff, and it kind of sets up what's about to happen in the future with the way dinosaurs talk, the way velociraptors talk. And it sets up, I'm never gonna be there. And then he shows up there like in 10 minutes. So it's basically a common style from again, this is the Jurassic Park scene I'm talking about from Jurassic Park 3. But it's great for
Mhm.
exposition. The lecture doesn't give the same opportunities as it doesn't have the same opportunities as the challenge opening that we saw from Ip Man. Because what happens with that one is the challenge exposition can do a lot more. It can give promise of action, which is a great way to start, especially if the hero loses the fight, and that can set up like a theme and a plot element that can be best used. It can also with this specific movie, it shows talent and skill, and it yeah. But yeah, a new challenge comes in. The guy comes in, like you said, he comes in very politely, and we all know what it means. We
I
all
shall
know what he's
politely
trying
kick your ass. Hey,
to.
I'm eating.
Yeah, I'm eating with my family. I just want to practice, guys. I just want to practice. That's all I want to do.
Friendly
Bruh,
competition.
you
Friendly competition. These guys traveled like far from China just to fight this guy.
Rajamu to dinner
That's
time.
that, that's that's the world they lived in. Friendly competition. It was beautiful. Even the wife understood. I love how the wife understands this dude. Like he would like remove everything like from the dining room just to make
Yeah,
space.
but in my
The
house,
wife was so supportive.
can we go outside? Can we go to the backyard? You know,
Mix,
it's
mix.
Yeah,
Like,
so imagine I have to
you
box
better
you
not
and you
make
kick
my
my.
mean face.
Well, that's
No, but
later.
imagine I'm boxing. We have to box now, and you kick my PlayStation 5 because when you needed to prove you're a better master. Yo,
But
Not the
that's later.
competition, doggy. Like,
That's
you're actually right. The modern way of us is actually with PlayStation, with video games. The
yeah.
wife or the girlfriend gets like crazy when the boys come in for that friendly challenge.
See, but now the problem with the whole PlayStation example is this is his life. That's if I was fucking, I don't know, insert a YouTuber who does PlayStation. Imagine you're Ninja and your wife is like, why do you keep playing all these games? Talking about? You know what I mean? What are you talking about?
no,
I
but
love
I'm saying don't fight in the house. She's taking outside. Jesus.
Mix.
But anyway, yeah,
Mix.
so yeah, with this discussion that they have where they say it's going to be practice, don't worry. No one is going to find out about this. We see a lot about must if. I think
Famous last word.
yeah, the key takeaway is that Master Ip takes, he's his family first. He's going to eat with his family first, and then he can talk about fighting. Because he would rather not fight and maybe put his family first. But we see the determination of our challenger. He waits while Ip Man's family enjoy their awkward dinner. It's now an awkward dinner. He's ruined dinner.
Exactly.
And though it's still an awkward dinner,
Dude, we were just having a nice time. Now I'm sitting next to a guy that I have to box
yeah,
5 minutes later. And I'm saying, you know how crazy it is to fight after you've eaten? Right after you've eaten. Food is not even digested yet. You gotta punch me in the stomach. Hold on.
But for me personally, I love the respect of that scene. I feel like any other person would be like, "Hey, come back tomorrow, Baba. It's time to eat."
but
Like
did you see the
I love how they respect this.
With common sense. Also, it man must have like lungs made of vibranium or some shit because he was smoking right before that fight.
I
And I'm
know,
like,
right?
what is in that? What is in there? And I'm like, that doesn't destroy your lungs or your lung capacity because your stamina is amazing, chief.
It just shows it's too easy. It's too easy. And anyway, I like the style that they're doing right now with the whole challenger and him. They have dessert first. Mr. Ip stays polite. In fact, he's friendly. It's a good way. So now what happens, right, with exposition is you want to show who the character is. So now what will happen in a lot of movies, the classic being the, oh, God damn it, another guy. Okay, fine, we'll do this. You know what I mean? They'll show frustration to be like, oh, we're doing this again. We're doing this again. But Mr. Ipman is in contrast. He's polite, he's calm, he's almost joyful in how mechanic
Mhm,
and polite he is. But then we get a
mhm.
little show of his character when the wife is, of course, pissed off, and he's like, "It'll be over quick," and you're like, "Oh snap! Oh snap!"
No, that's the
Yeah,
Goku.
that's where the
That's the
confidence
Goku in
comes
him.
from.
Because if man is nice, man. If man is nice, but he does this slick shit where he flexes on you without flexing on you. Like he
Yeah,
does this slick shit where like you're gonna see it later when another master comes to challenge him, where he's
yes,
secretly excited to beat that man ass.
Dude,
hell
this
yes.
guy he's so happy when they come to challenge him. He just has to act humble. Like, dude is like a child
Yes.
in a candy store. He just has to act humble.
Exactly. There's a very he's no Goku who puts a fight first, and he's no Vegeta who puts pride first, and he's no
Mhm,
Gohan who's all shy about being a fighter either. In a funny way,
mhm.
he's kind of like an artisan. He's a cobbler, a hat maker. He's a great artist. Do you know what I mean? And I love it. It creates this full three-dimensional character. So now we get stuff like this. The question is,
I
can
would
they?
say he's Goku, right? I would say he's like because I mean Goku. If you go to early Dragon Ball Z, he did put his family first, but when shit happened, shit happened.
Mm,
So it's kind of like they're challenging some of that because it's like when stuff goes down, he doesn't step away, but he's
mm,
not gonna go looking for something, which is
yeah.
interesting. But it's just kind of like just because he exists, people want to box him. It's kind of
Mm.
like that Goku thing where he's like, I'm gonna stay dead for 7 years because every time I'm here, some dude wants to destroy the earth because I'm on it.
Aura
Then we'll
farming.
find him in
That's
heaven.
like the original. That's the original aura farming. Like you
Yeah.
actually people sense you from far and they want a piece of you.
Yeah, that's true. Even though they went to go find him in heaven and go fight him there, but we're not going to discuss that for now. What's it, Boo? Went to go
I
find.
can't run from the stage. She's even it happened.
But anyway, they finish eating, they have their dessert, and again, like I said, those lungs of steel. But anyway, we see the kite come into play, and by the way, it's only been 5 minutes. As some guy essentially breaks into the manor while they are playing their
Security is swag. I don't know if it's just because he's so confident he can beat up anybody that breaks into his house. But there's no security here.
Yeah, no ADT, nothing.
No, that's what I love. That's what I love about like the first 5 minutes, that opening scene. Like it actually shows you the peaceful side of China, like the way they live. These
Yeah,
people were like they were philosophers, bro. Like war wasn't in their nature.
yeah. And I'm gonna get into that. It's funny that you mentioned that. I'm gonna mention that later on as well. So yeah, keep that in mind. We're gonna get into that. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, everything's been set up with only a line dialogue. So anyway, yeah. So the fight is to begin. We get our first bit of music, like bang of the drum, and then they pose.
Mhm.
There's a beat, a little gap, and then it's go time. And we even get to witness the witness's POV, which I thought was a very clever trick, to show that how much of an impact this witness seeing thing is gonna reflect later on. So I thought they put great value in that. And then within minutes, our challenger doesn't just get creamed; he gets cheesed. They put him, that was brutal. Just
They humbled
Dude.
him.
No, like
They humbled him.
at some point, at some point, Ip Man is like, I don't know if it was touche. I don't know how they translated it, but it's just like, got you
yeah,
again. You dead now, you dead again. It's like, stay down,
Bro,
dude.
they fed this guy and humbled him at the same time.
One. Give him tea and then beat his ass.
Dude, and Donnie Yen has that smile. He has a certain smile when he's actually whooping your ass. Like you actually see it in most of his movies.
Yeah, that's the thing about Donnie Yen in the way that he does martial arts. I mean, depending on the movie, of course, because there's other movies like I forget now what was it called? He was playing a cop or something Impact. If I can, somebody can put it in the comment section. But he was playing a detective.
Flashpoint or
Oh,
SPL.
I think it's Flashpoint. And it's so yeah, because in Flashpoint he doesn't smile at all, and he puts you through tables or whatever. But like with the way he plays Ip Man, it's this like it's such a gentle breeze, but it's painful. Like you're getting whipped by the wind. But it's
Bro.
nice to look at, but you're getting a fist to the face. It's so weird.
yeah. But
Dude,
what I like about
dude,
that is that, yes,
I'm just saying, like the movement in the fists, ish. That's
yeah.
so fast. I don't know how they capture it so well. But it's so fast.
Oh no, definitely. But like I think you're gonna see more of that because you'll see the decisions he's making now. And if you compare the individual fights, you see something different in all of them. And it's gonna accumulate to the end of this, and
Mhm.
you'll see later on. But yes. Anyway, we see again that they're doubling down after the fight ends. He's like, well, it was a practice match, private, private. No one has to know
Yeah.
about this. And then it's like,
Uh-huh.
and then you see Mr. Witness, and you're like, ah, shit. Who
Yeah, yeah. Private for who? Yep.
He beat you, Baba. He beat
and the
you.
chat got leaked. And then this guy immediately snitches. Like no
What?
hesitation. And it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
We you see how time has passed as well with the transition. They're playing with time very interesting here right now. And I'm loving it.
Mm.
So I think that's great. But again, yeah, so we meet Quan now, who is pronounced Chin. Technically, the subtitles call him Quan, but it's Chin. I don't know. The guy with the suit. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Played
We
by Simon Lamb.
Oh, outstanding. Say that again. Played by?
He's portrayed by Simon Lamb.
There we go. Yes. And what's interesting about the shot is you can see the different styles here. He's in a formal suit. It's something I've always loved about Asian film is that they tend, it's the kind of thing that would be a little bit unacceptable in Western filmmaking. It's the boldness. In the West, the stuff they do can sometimes be seen as a lack of nuance. Whereas if here, you can kind of see the storytelling that's being done here. Mr. in the formal, tight a traditional outfit, loose traditional outfit, and then full Western. He's even got a gold watch, which tells you the vast contrast that's being shown here and the different kinds of people. Open thing,
And
he's reckless youth. He's an enlightened being, and then they got Mr. I'm an outsider, businessman. It's very obvious. Yeah.
now, and the interesting thing, these two characters are actually best friends in the movie.
Yes. Yes. And I
Yeah,
think
they're
that
actually best friends.
yes, and I think that says something very powerful about the connection between culture. But I'm going to get into that a little bit later. But
Yeah.
keep a put in that one because yes. So now the brother of Mr. Witness, who is Yon, Mr. Lin, hands Ip and Kwan or Chin some tea, and he mentions the fight, and you can see Mr. Ipman's face is not he's not happy about this. He's shocked that he knows about the fight, and he starts talking about like maybe I made a mistake by joining my old gym, this new guy's gym. And then Mr. Kwan is like, how many gyms are you joining? He's like, you go to every single gym. What? And but now something interesting happens here. Because we see
And
that
there's no sign up fee. You just walk in and say, I want to train. And everybody's like, okay.
yeah, okay, yeah, why not? Here's your private tutor. But anyway, yes, exactly. But anyway, there's something interesting going on here. Because it's now the third time that we're getting hit with that this thing was supposed to be private. When they first met up, they said private. When they second met up, they said private. And now they're saying it again for a third time. Now, this is something that's called the rule of three. So normally what happens with the rule of three is you normally say 1, 2, and then 3 is the consequence. 1 is, of course, when it was said at the beginning of the fight. Then number 2 is mentioned again. And then normally what happens is the exposure happens, which does happen here, but then it's mentioned kind of a third time, where Ip Man is kind of hearing the stories directly exposed directly to his face. And immediately after that, we get the consequences of what's happened. Now, with the dojo and the challenger, now personally, I would count this as 4, not 3, as it is as 3 mentions and then the consequence. But I think it's fine because they're trying to get a lot of information in a short amount of time. So you want them. So I think it's fine. I'll still count it as a rule of 3. But yeah, so anyway, we see Kwan and Master Ip are comfortable and Lin excited, uncomfortable, sorry. And then Lin leaves excited. A lot has been said and a lot needs to be absorbed by the viewer as there are so many locations. There are so many people we have to meet. We've met Mr. Witness, we've met Mr. Challenger, we've met the wife, we've met the kid, we've met Kwan, we've met, you know what I mean? It's all these things. This movie is going fast. It's like we're late for a meeting. So keep track of that. And then 10 minutes, and it's only been 10 minutes, guys. It's only been 10 minutes. And then Mr. Challenger discovers heard that you were beaten up by Ip Man is hilarious, bro.
Yeah. And I'm like, dog, you don't go to the school of politics. Deny, chief. That never happened. The rumors finished there.
Exactly.
But knowing it's a kung fu town, they're gonna be like, we must see this challenge again. And he's like,
I wanted to see those lumps again. Yeah, that was what would normally happen.
Then you know what you do? Then you know what to do on the day of the challenge. You're like, Ekman, twisted my ankle. Guys, come fight. Have it.
Exactly.
What hurts for these guys, what is so painful is that Ip Man is basically a cheese boy. Until like guys living in luxury and he's beating everybody like it's nothing. Like masters, people that went to Shaolin and all that. Like he is just whipping them with his own style.
Yeah.
And these people are not like, no. People cannot know. People
Yeah.
cannot know what Wing did to me.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're all right.
No, because when the school is over, dog, there's nobody there. No one's going to clean the yard.
Exactly. And he just opened his school. Don't forget, he opened his school just now. We saw the scene when he opened the school. So then we get this classic spit take, which you see on the screen, which is used to perfection because it starts so serene. You're like, oh, it's a beautiful morning. And then I think it's beautiful.
Just take a sip.
So yeah.
Just take a sip and then somebody just blasts you with the news.
Exactly. So Mr. Wan gets the witness. He gets his name called. They find out, they go run to him. Kwan is still talking business and discussing the market, and Kwan wants Ip to join him in a textile business, which is a neat little moment here, but it's business talk in an action movie. And I think the Star Wars prequel traumatized people because they're like, you know what we'll do? We'll squeeze it in between these two fights. You know what I mean? Like, we'll squeeze it in between this tense moment. So that way we don't have people in rooms talking nonstop. And I think that's perfect. So yeah, we cut almost immediately back. We're with the others, and now it's the threesome. He ran straight there. Uh, and now Lin and Yuan are now like they have to like Lin has to defend his brother from getting his ass kicked, but at the same time he has to make his new master look good at the same time. So you kind of see this battle. And I love how now, people who are Kurosawa fans know that something that he likes to do in his filmmaking is he likes to fill up the screen. So what he'll do is he'll put movement. So in the background there'll be rain, or what he'll do in the background there'll be smoke, or what he'll do is he'll
Okay.
fill the scene with people. And this
All
reminded
right.
me very much of that Kurosawa style, where there's always kind of people in the background. There's something alive in there. And what's so nice
Yeah.
is, yeah,
It's, no, I'm just saying it's like it's what they do well in Asian films.
yes.
Like making sure that the background is filled. They do it so well.
Exactly. I think it's fantastic. So we get this wonderful shot that's full of life, and we see these three kind of share the moment. What I like about the shot is, are you a Pirates of the Caribbean fan? Especially the first,
Yeah.
especially
The
the
first
first,
three.
yeah,
The first three, yeah.
yeah. The director, I forgot his name, fantastic director. He
Mhm.
loves shots like this, especially if you watch the third movie. If you press
Yeah.
pause at any point in that movie, you're going to find a shot like this, where at the very least you're going to see the three heads filling the screen. Sometimes there'll be four, sometimes there'll be six, but they're filling the screen like this, and they're kind of having this back and forth thing. It's unique storytelling, and I think it's a very cool tool to keep energy, especially if it's a long
Oh
movie.
yeah.
Especially if it's a
And
long.
if it's like and if it's like powerful characters, like it's a dialogue
Yes.
between powerful characters.
Yes, that's a very good point. Fantastic. Absolutely right. So yeah, you can even see that they switched so this is one camera shot, right? And this is a different
Mhm.
camera shot. You can kind of see, yeah, you can see where the striped shoot is. You can see the different
Mhm.
angle, which means they've probably got
Yeah.
about two cameras here, but they're keeping things together like it's a stage, like it's stage effect, which can have its own pros and cons. Because there's the moment over here
Mhm.
where Mr. Master is like
Mhm.
he's like frustrated, but you can see he's not moving. You know what I mean? Like he gets frustrated on
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So you can tell they probably told him, stay here. You know what I mean? We need this specific angle,
No,
stay here, and then perform within here. So he's still, because
no,
remember,
I
ancient. Mhm,
Sorry,
yeah.
can you guys hear me?
no, I think it's because of the most of the time in Asia how they shoot. I think they use
Sorry, can
studios
you
more
hear
than
me? Can you guys hear me?
like live
Yes, we can hear
Hello?
you.
locations.
Yes.
So as much as beautiful as it is, this is entirely shot at a studio. It is, but it is so well, like you can't
Yeah.
see anything. It's so
Mm,
beautiful. The streets, that's what it's so filling. The shots are always so
Oh
filling.
my
And
God.
I understand what you're
we can
talking
hear
about.
you. Okay. No, 100% true, man. So yeah. Anyway, back to the story. A new problem evolves as Yuan, instead of just being humble, decides he's gonna be a troublemaker, and he defends his BS, his like snitching, because technically it's the truth. And then he
Yeah,
runs,
it did.
yeah, he runs to Ip and is like, "Hey, defend me!" And it's like, "Wait, what?" And now, which is extremely awkward, which is extremely awkward because now neither person wants to lose face, nor do they want to
Uh-huh.
confront each other or lie. It's comedic gold and plus characterization that will come into play when the good times end, which will be shown.
Exactly.
Yes, it'll be
I,
relevant to the good
it,
times end. Yeah,
it shows, like I said, it shows you how free like they were at that time. They were so almost childlike.
yeah. Yes, it's a beautiful moment of innocence, and it gets better. It
Yeah.
gets better. They double down on this theme, and you keep track of it, man, because that's great. Now the interesting question to act in this movie is, okay, this is a question I was asking myself, and you can answer it. Is Yuan retarded? Like, is he mentally handicapped? Like, seriously, he's a grown man who doesn't seem to understand the situation that he has created even when it's explained to him. As I mean, Master Ip nods along with the challenger's denial of the jewel, and then one freaks out that when he's been told that the truth, while Lin scolds him with basic logic, which he just denies. He just goes, "Well, I don't believe it. No, 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 no." I mean, is he
Saving
insane?
face.
Yeah, but
Saving face. Like reputation is big at that time.
yeah, but why is Yuan acting like this? Do you know what I mean? I'm talking about the witness guy. I mean,
He's got students, bro. It's like he's got like students. He's got like a huge reputation that he must
yes, no,
uphold.
yes, I'm talking about the master. The master who fought Ip Man. Not him. I'm talking about Mr. Witness with the hat.
Oh yeah, the witness. Yeah.
Is he retarded? Because they tell him, "Yo, bro, you shouldn't have spoke." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And it's like, "Nick, what are you talking about? Do you not understand the
Like
situation?"
yeah, no, I get like what is like for me, he's the innocence of the movie.
And that's why I say here, oh shit, but now I think I lost it. Oh snap, give me 1 second. Yeah, here we go. The scene would have made more sense if Yuan was a child. You know what it feels
Exactly.
like? It feels like high school casting in South African movies. You know what I mean? Where they're like, everyone here is 15 years old and it's niggas older than me, fuller beards than
But
me. You know what I mean?
it not like no, it also shows you the like the wise men in that
Mm,
scene. Like
yes.
the young ones are still so free, and then while you reach a certain age, you must be wise. You must act a certain way. And the big brother is actually trying to show him, like, bro, chill, relax.
Yeah.
I know it's the truth, but calm down.
Yeah, calm down, can't you see? And what's so funny about the situation, now that I think about it, let's go back to the photo. Hey, Buck, what happened to Buck? There he is. Back, you back, buddy? Before we carry on? I turned the mic off. Hey, are you there?
Okay, I'm back. I
All
don't
right,
know what
welcome.
the hell is happening.
Oh gosh, I guess you have to go back to the phone because I know the phone always seems to work with you. Um, but
I am
yes,
on the phone, so I don't know what's happening today.
okay, no, that is weird. Sorry, man. But hopefully you can hang on. So, as I was saying, between Lin, which is the brother, and Yuan, you can kind of see here there's a. Can you see the mouse, by the way? Can you see the mouse pointer?
Yeah, yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah.
So, you see the traditional Chinese, then you see the
Mhm.
full-on Western style here, right? But if you look carefully in the middle here, that over
He's
there is a
mixed.
Western. He's mixed. You're right. He's mixed.
Yeah.
And he's the one who has to explain the saving face concept. So he's like the bridge between the two. Do you know what I mean? Whereas he seems his misunderstanding of people not getting and of people being upset of him speaking the truth. It could be a
Uh-huh.
metaphor of saying it's a Western mindset in a young person, whereas he has more of a
Exactly.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Exact. No, like you said it so well. That is exactly what it looks like. It's like we respect our elders, but bro, how you respect them is you let
Yes,
them. It's like you say face. You let them
yes,
say face.
yeah,
As
yeah,
much as like especially our millennials. You know our
yeah,
millennials. Like
yes,
they speak the truth like crazy. Like
yeah,
they don't have breaks. And
yeah,
this scene, this shot was it beautifully shows like the difference between the generation
yes.
and the big brother trying to bridge the gaps between the
Yeah.
two.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. The costume designers, the prop designers, the stage
Mhm.
designers all deserve a level of praise I can't even explain
Uh-huh.
it. Um,
Uh-huh.
so okay, oh shit, I've gone too far. Uh, are you seeing me point? Shit, but I should stop doing that. I'm just, I got OCD, so I always double, triple click.
Now I understand. Nerves.
You know what I
Nerves.
mean? But anyway, yeah. So before Lynn can calm the situation down, um, oh, sorry, no, no, no. Yeah. So Lynn is like, you know what? Let me explain to you how embarrassment works, and pulls this nigga's pants, showing his whole ass to everyone, bro. Um,
Uh-huh.
and of course, Jan freaks out immediately and runs away. Like he runs away, throws a tantrum, and is gone. And then Mr. Ip is
Exactly,
like,
bro.
"Hey, yo, that was
No, that's how
wild."
that is what you call perfect sibling rivalry in
Yeah.
a public space.
Yes. No, 100%. And yeah, like you said, it's like a sibling thing. And I think again, it's more of that it's more that Eastern thinking. But then again,
Mhm.
Ip he's got more of a mixed mindset himself. Like you said, he's best friends with Mr. West over there, with Mr. Kwan. So
Mhm.
he understands what you just did there was too far. So you know what I mean? So he's like, yo, hey, yo, but before you can go any further, Mr. Policeman is like, respect my authority. He comes in crazy, dude. Comes in like the LAPD, dude. Um,
Mhm.
and he shows up and he's like, yeah, he's just like, no, no, no. No one try to calm anything down. I'm saying this shit is crazy, and I'm saying you're all a bunch of hooligans. Hey yo. But again, look at the shot. You can see the layer of faces all across over there.
Uh-huh.
You can see the layer of faces. You can see the staging as well. Um, we aren't.
It shows that again, what I love, it shows it actually portrays the Asian people, like how a community is actually like when something big is happening around a community, like there's
Mm,
always people who want to see what is happening. Oh, who's that?
exactly.
Like it
Exactly.
shows community. Like the shots that they show here,
Yes.
they show community.
Yes, it's filling up the shot. Yes, exactly.
Want to see who got the ass kicked.
Some on a spiritual level, yes. Um, we aren't seeing some kind of thematic separating of light and dark like you would get in Star Wars. So much as a shot filled in, like you said, with community. And there's engagement and reaction from the key characters. You get the engagement and the characters from the key characters, Mr. Left, Mr. Right, and everyone in the middle. And you just because you need to see what they're thinking when this happens. Um,
Mhm.
and it's just letting the viewer know that this is far hard. I'm sorry, I was saying, as a guy who's done film myself, this is harder than it looks. Like the shot to reverse shot, like is so much harder than people have any respect for because it's one thing when you do a shot reverse shot, right? Like for example, me and you right now. So it's me shot, I shoot my stuff, cut, then you shoot your stuff, cut, put it together. That's easier than filling a room full of faces and then hopefully, you know what I mean? Like this nigga looks wild, but no one looks ridiculous and no one does anything too crazy that ruins the shot. Because if you ruin the shot, you ruin everyone's shot. So now
Mhm.
everything must be done again. So that's harder.
Mhm.
It's yeah,
Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that since the movie started, like they're busy
yeah,
showing us the different levels of hierarchy in the
yeah,
area,
yes.
like the poor people, the rich people, like they're
Mm,
basically showing us the different levels of poverty and
true.
how these people were living
Yeah,
before everything happened.
yeah. But if you notice how everyone is still close together though, like no
Yeah,
one
yeah,
has to walk
everybody's
5 miles. Poor and rich are still in the same street, which is
yeah, it's
interesting.
like a small town.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. That's it's like that stereotype of New York. Like, yeah, you can be a millionaire or you can be poor as hell, but you have to catch the same train. You know what I mean? You have to catch the same. So
Exactly.
I
There's no
think
judgment here.
yes, and it's fascinating actually, because and what's so funny, if you don't pay attention, it just slides by you. I think that's very
Mhm.
interesting. But yeah, I don't think you have to say anything about the cinematography. So let's talk. Yeah, we've talked about the art design. We've talked about that. Also, you'll notice Mr. Policeman over here is also wearing Western clothing, full Western,
Yes.
nothing in between. Um, but yeah, now we have
It,
policemen into
it's
the
it's
frame.
it's it's slowly signaling the change. The times are
Yes,
changing. Like it shows you
exactly.
like slowly by bit. As much as it's a kung fu movie, it's also
Yes,
showing you like history, like time is moving.
yes, you're right. It's a biopic almost. Absolutely
Mm.
right. And you'll notice that he has authority and is wearing full Western attire. He even calls out the people who are dressed in traditional attire and that they all look that they live in different times. He calls it out.
Mhm.
This right here is what's called arguing the theme. For those who don't know, this is what the story will be about. Every word spoken here matters to the themes of the story. It's saying things are changing, you can't still be the same way. But as
Yeah.
punctuation, what does Mr. Policeman do? Like he's from the fucking West. He whips out a gun. It's like, hey yo, do you see this? And then what happens? Mr. Ip grabs the gun,
Yeah.
pulls the trigger so he can't shoot, and then pops the gun off in one finger. Um,
Eh, in that moment, he shows them that as much as times are moving, we should not forget who we are and where we came from. Martial
exactly,
arts is who we are.
exactly. And he says we are still civilized even with everything. And I think
Uh-huh.
that right there is that is what the story is about. Everything that happens from now onwards is what the movie is about. So that's what arguing the theme is about. For
Hmm.
those who didn't know. Anyway, it is a bold argument and a symbol that there is still space for people like him. Lovely. And then we cut to the new scene because it's such an interesting thing. So I, you probably know what happens here, but I'm just gonna explain it like how I saw it for the first time. So Mr. Ip sits back down, right, with a pile of
Hmm.
cash, and my first thought was, what? Did he have that? Did he plan on giving him the cash? And if he did, why pitch the textile business then? If he's already got, if he's bringing the cash already, did he not know about the textiles and he just planned on giving this nigga money anyway, like a Monday deposit? Why there? Why at a coffee shop? What is happening? And also, what else is it even worse? Does he always have a pile of cash lying around? Just in his back pocket, just
Bro,
boom. Do you know what I mean? Like, it
dude,
looks ridiculous. Yeah,
from here it shows his character. It shows who Ip Man is as a person. This is
yes,
a
yes,
kind person. I thought
true.
he's not as much as he has everything, he's not a materialistic person.
Yes,
He's so humble, he's so peaceful. Like
yeah,
even when this dude says he doesn't know when he will repay, he's like, no, bro, don't even sweat it. I'm
yeah,
not about that life. I thought
exactly. Pay
I
me
want
if
you
you
to
can,
start your
bro.
business.
Yeah, pay me if it wins. Simple as that. We all wish we knew
Yeah.
someone like that. But again, as insane as the logic is of this man sitting down and dropping a pile of cash is, it's still what
Mhm.
I'm almost sad that Buck can't speak right now because I feel like he would have torn the scene apart. Um,
Yeah.
but it is insane because what this is economic storytelling. So it's again it's a prequels dilemma. With the Star Wars prequels, they spent a lot of
Mhm.
time explaining things we didn't really need to know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we didn't need to know X, Y, and Z. So what it does is it's doing something very economic. Here's the pile of cash. Let's not talk about anything else. We're all good. He's given the cash. He's planting a future seed. Mission complete. This scene lasts like 30 seconds and we're out. Um,
Yeah.
before they
And
leave,
every
mhm,
scene, every scene, like this movie is that's why I told you I've watched this movie over a million times. Every scene from start to finish plays a very big role in what's coming.
yes,
Every
yes.
scene.
Every scene is a seed. Every seed is a seed, yes. But before they leave, Quan asks that his son join Master Ip's school. Master Ip tries to be humble about it. But then Lin shows up and he wants to show off some some new kung fu moves. Um, this is when this is only now did I notice in this scene that there's a time skip. That these niggas aren't in the coffee shop anymore. They're at home. Because the first time I watched, I didn't understand. I was like, wait, why is his parents? Why are the kids there? What am I misunderstanding? Because the background is nearly the same. Like,
Yeah,
um,
no, the time skips are like they put them in so well. You have to notice, you have to pay attention.
yeah, the transitions are very tight. It's like there's something else. It's like it's shocking because I feel like we're crossing over into Charlie Kaufman, Synecdoche, New York territory. Have you ever seen Synecdoche, New York?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
I've seen that one.
traumatizing with how the transitions cut. There's a scene, right, where if you watch it 5 times and like in slow motion, frame by frame, you can see that actually 3 months have passed while they're talking to each other. You see the date in the milk change. You see the time on the coffee thing change. You see the news. It's two different newspapers like almost the same time, and you realize that
Hey,
no,
kung
three
fu movies,
months.
dog. Kung fu movies, they don't wait, dog. Kung fu movies, they don't wait, bro. I can tell you. You want to ever see fast pacing? Watch something called Evil Cult.
My favorite, I love that one.
Ah, that thing's
That
on
one is
fast forward.
super
You
fun.
know,
No,
And
like,
Three months
just
pass in
see,
3 months pass in
I
20 seconds in that movie.
but I feel like what the director did with this movie is
Mhm.
like the costume designs. The costumes are supposed to tell you the times. I feel like that
Mm.
every the background, the costumes, that's what's supposed to tell you like
Yes.
which time that we are on. And, like it doesn't
Yeah.
need to tell us like it's 19, what. The
True.
scenes, the action, everything that is happening around you, that
Yeah.
tells you which era we are on.
Yeah. It's
I
economic
feel like that's how you
shortcut.
should it.
That's how
Hmm.
you should always do it. A story should already be bloated. You should be trying to trim the fat, not add fat. You know what I mean? Filler
Uh-huh.
always
Uh-huh.
pisses me off. But anyway, um, we transit. Yeah. Lynn mentions his brother is still gone and is very dismissive about his brother. He's like, nah, when the money runs out, he'll come back. Okay. Um, then
Yeah,
we
after
get
you showed everybody his dick, but sure.
yes. But yes, exactly. Like he might be allowed to take it hard. But so we get the Lynn trying to show the cool move and being wrecked immediately. He spent more time building up the move than actually using it. And
Yeah.
now this is the part where you guys can probably disagree with me, but I feel like there was a problem with consistency because before we get the opening moment where he put the dinner he put dinner with his family first, and now we get him ignoring his child's picture. So in order to show a move, so that his wife can hate who hates fighting, despite that being what puts food on the table, and lets them live in luxury, we get to see her be upset about it. You know what I mean? And it's like, what? What? But anyway, one could argue that maybe they're saying he puts propriety first. Maybe but how can that be? In the same scene when he's showing off the fighting, he's like, "Hey, don't ignore all your mantras. Just hit the guy." So it's like he clearly doesn't care about propriety like that. So it's like
No,
to me, it
have you
feels.
have you thought that maybe actually in the first movie
Mhm.
before there was a guy who made him famous. That
Mm.
first fight it
Yeah.
actually made him more famous than he normally is, and he
Mm.
actually got into more into martial arts even more. That's why at by the time it gets to that scene, he's focusing more on martial arts and no more on family and responsibilities type thing.
That's possible, but
Like I
again,
said,
you're writing for them. But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. That's a possibility. That's a possibility, but my gosh.
no, and
And
like I said, the time skips us like they put in so well that you have to notice
but
the
that's a
little
weird
things.
arc. But okay, no, I'll give it to you for that one. But yeah, anyway, in 16 minutes, we've been given a million gazillion seeds.
Hmm.
This is a sesame bun right now. Um, yeah, so we see as you can see, oh, this is something that was funny about this as well. We anyway, all the seeds, Lin, Kwan's kid, Lin's brother, the wife, the son, so on and so on and so on. All these seeds are coming on.
Okay, I think I'm finally back. Finally.
Woo! Welcome back, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to kill someone to tell
Yeah,
them.
somebody was hitmaning my network, dog. All I was saying was
Holy shit. Okay, well, I'm glad you're back. Cool. So everyone but the wife and the child leave. And he's upset because he's like, "Hey, why are you throwing a tantrum?" Which is a wild thing to say to your wife. Sleeping on the couch.
Hey, bro. That's some good shit where he's just like, what happened? I don't know what was wrong. And it's like, yeah, you just left to go box somebody in the middle of dinner.
No, I feel like at this time is the time where like the father is supposed to teach the son, and
Yeah,
like he is ignoring his duties as being fatherly. So the wife is like, "Hey, Baba, I know you love doing this, but your son is here now. Focus on your son."
but your son is drawing pictures. He's not even trying to fight. But but anyways, this is the part I loved in the subtitles where she's because I'm watching the dub and listening to the subtitles at the same time, and she says he's hanging out with his pals, and it's like he is literally a martial artist. That
Dude, no,
what?
it's real life. This is real life. You can actually be in a relationship, and then when you have a kid, Like everything you used to do, these things need to change. Like this is a portrayal of
Oh,
real
but
life for
also,
me.
Russ just stop walking into his house and challenging him at 8 o'clock at night, bro. Pick better times, like Jesus.
Speaking of which, what time is it right now? Why is this all happening at night? This is like the definition of a daytime scene. Like they're not eating dinner. They're not. They're drawing pictures outside. What? I mean, and all of this seems to be happening after dinner. Is this a cultural thing? This is what people do in China. Like, okay, guys, we've had our dinner at 6 o'clock. Let's just sit outside for the next 2 hours. What? I
Like they
literally.
read.
Yeah, no. Sometimes wife, you just need to get everybody inside and close the door. He's not home. There's no one to fight you. Leave.
It's just random like that, man. Things just happen.
Maybe. And
Get everybody inside, close the door, lock the door. He's sleeping. Come back tomorrow.
exactly.
Yeah, sis. Can't have anything in this house. Every time there's a kung fu fight.
Okay, but now we're 16 minutes in. And we meet who I call the
Oh,
barbarian.
okay.
I call him the barbarian or the brute. I think he's a great character. I love him so much. So we open on daytime and we see a barbarian entering the town with his crew. And you can see that he looks like a
Ricky
barbarian.
O.
Yep. We
Like this
see
guy got there's a movie that this guy is famous for called something Ricky O. It's one of the most brutal martial arts movies I've ever seen. You need to watch that.
He
It's
was
so
Ricky O over
bro.
here. He was Ricky and O against all of these guys. Jesus.
he had them all like,
How
oh,
did they get
definitely.
tired? What stamina do these people have? He fought like 5 guys in one day.
And again, this is another example of what I'm telling you. These guys they travel far from China just because they heard that this guy can whoop another guy's ass. This guy is literally here to challenge Ip Man. You know?
Exactly. But things they don't even know who Ip Man is yet. That's the part that's so interesting about this. They know the street
Yes.
is famous for fighters, but they don't know about Ip Man yet. So yeah, we also see the contrast, but now there's a contrast on a contrast now, because now we see Mr. Webb,
Exactly.
and then now we see a whole other style now. Now we've got these rugged, thicker clothes. It's again he looks like even for the old school traditional, it's something different. We see kind of like
Mhm.
this thick roughness to their cloth and everything. And you actually see genuine furs. So you know what I mean? You can tell this is somewhere else. And then
And
there's
again, I actually just noticed something.
mhm,
There were a lot of martial artists around this time.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
different styles, like everybody was a martial artist in some way.
of course, man. Was like before the gun, man. I get it. It's
Yeah.
been great. That's why sometimes I think these time periods are some of the best. But anyway, they show up
Mhm.
there at the martial arts area and they start challenging the groups. The first master underestimates the situation, and in the
I
dark,
knew he was gonna get whacked. The minute he was like, everybody stand aside and watch me whip these outsiders, I was like, it's Chai.
Ah.
Can't talk like that in a kung
I
fu
love the
film.
shot. I love
Mhm.
the shot. It looks it like it's a difference between like there's grace and then there's barbarianism.
Yeah,
On top, there's soft and hardness. I love the shot.
it's
This is
elegant
really
versus like
nice.
a yeah, you can see the roughness in it, dude. It's just in his one with the bold horse
Yeah,
stance,
but
man.
the elegance about to get roughed.
And it's like, is this supposed to be a tiger? Because this, I'm like, it's like the tiger over here, and then like fucking praying mantis over here. Whereas over here, it's
Mhm.
like this is more like the tiger that you see in Jackie Chan movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
like that. This is like the aggressive version of fighting.
yes. But I love how now, if again, my speakers were put to the test, because the bass was explosive when this scene. That's when the drums came back, ba 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 ba, and you're like, how
Yeah,
you
that's how you
know
should
about
watch them. That's how I watch them.
yeah, because it's so fun. It's like they save the bass for only the fight scenes because there's music, and then sometimes there's not music, and then there's
Uh-huh.
heavy music. It's fascinating, but it just shows music is such an art form the inside of a movie. It's like there's five art forms in one.
Dude, they
But
they go well to I keep telling people it goes together. scoring and movies. If it doesn't have a good score, it doesn't create the atmosphere. Scoring creates atmosphere like you wouldn't believe. I
Absolutely,
mean,
man.
even Chris Nolan, I'm sure Chris Nolan's movies for me, like the score is just epic in every movie.
Well, there are times you need to calm down. Where it's like, hey guys, I've got important news. What was that? I've already said one more time.
Bro,
Okay.
There's actually this movie called I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. There's actually this movie called Samurai Cop, and
oh yeah, the worst movie ever created.
and like one of the things that was hilarious is anytime somebody had to give exposition, sometimes the guys would overstep their lines because he'd be like, "What is his name?" Sirima said, "It's like, well, he didn't even finish what he was saying."
No, like that's how it is. I don't know
Is he
if you've
part of
seen
Mr. Panagan?
I don't know if you guys I don't know if you guys saw that Christopher Nolan movie, the one with Matthew McConaughey, the one where he goes into space. What's it called again? I forgot.
Interstellar.
Interstellar, yeah.
Interstellar. Bro, there's a scene where I think it's like the final scene where he's like trying to connect with the other spaceship. That
Yeah.
scene, bro, is like it's not one of the best scenes, but the music, bro, like I felt like dude was driving in space because of that music. Like
Oh yeah,
music is just something else.
yeah, what do they call it? It's got a special name, like the Christopher Nolan. I forgot what the name is, but there's something similar happens in Inception, where he combines the three levels and the three action scenes come together. And with this one,
that one, yeah.
yeah, something kind of similar happens, and yeah, it's a style of his, and it's always fantastic. It's always brilliant, man.
Dude, it's like action, like creating action without action for some strange reason. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, we see the sharp poses. Yeah, we see the sharp poses, and we see that this man, all his moves, they're counters to his moves, and they just get wrecked. He gets powered through very easily. It's fantastic. It's great back and forth.
You know how disrespectful it is to get kicked while somebody's lying down and they kick you in the face?
One of my favorite thing about these Ip Man movies is this transition when one person challenges all the masters. I love the scenes.
Yes. It's great. It's
You know
like,
what's interesting though?
yeah? What?
Is that Ip Man 1 is kind of more fantastical than the other ones.
Mm.
Like this one is very fantastical. It's very old school. Like, it's that whole thing you get punched in the chest and you spit out blood. Which, look, if that happens in real life, you are dying. You go to a doctor. You don't get up for round 2 because that is internal bleeding. Your lungs have been pierced by your rib cage. That is
true
Like
story.
every punch
True
is a
story.
Yeah.
True story. This movie came out in like 2008, right?
Yeah.
I can say during during the early 2000s, I had lost hope when it comes to martial arts movies. Like I had like lost complete interest until I watched this one. This brought me back. Like watching this brought back those Once Upon a Time in China. Like it brought all of it back. And like, yeah, now this is how martial arts movies are supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Who's it? I forgot who the director is. Wilson Ip. Is it Wilson Ip the director?
I'll tell you now. But it's kind of interesting you say that because technically this came out 8 years after Crouching. Wilson Ip. It came out 8 years after Crouching Tiger. So it's very interesting that there was clearly a gap from this, what they call that Wing Chun kind of kung fu.
Exactly, there was.
Yeah, before MMA, I feel like MMA took over. Like, I'm not gonna say not MMA per se, but the MMA like multiple hits. I don't say Jackie Chan because Jackie Chan would have like 50 hits, whereas these old school ones, you got 3.
And at that time, he was releasing movies like Rush Hour.
True.
At that time, Jackie Chan was international. Jet Li was international.
Yeah.
Even Donnie Yen was a little bit international because he was in Blade 2. He was in Highlander Endgame. Like, they stopped a bit.
Yeah. I think it just...
What I was saying was that when we get to Ip Man 2 and Ip Man 3 and I think 4, I can't remember exactly, but like it gets toned down because they have big wind-up moves in this thing. You know, somebody gets kicked, they fly like 5 kilometers into the
Yeah.
sky or stuff like that, or they get tossed around. So it's kind of interesting that they made it more fantastical with the kung fu. Now it's not Hero where people are
Yeah.
floating on the air or jumping off of people's
Yes.
heads or anything. But I just found it interesting that as the movies went on, they kind of got more grounded in the kung fu.
Yeah. I just think
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's the Jackie Chan isms. I feel like they grounding was where it was at in that time period. I feel like that's what happened. I feel like the
No,
chess style of kung
you
fu have left. Like over here, I'm gonna show you there's like an element of chess, but it's visual. I'm gonna show you in the next two fights. But yeah, you're saying?
Yeah, no, you're actually right. I think there was a time when Jackie Chan was like full on Hollywood, and then
Yeah.
he started like declining, and then started doing more like Hong Kong movies, and he even
Mm.
created like a stunt team,
Yeah, of
Chinese
course. Yeah.
stunt team type
Yeah,
thing.
the Jackie Chan
Yeah,
stunt team.
that's when I started to notice that him and Sammo Hung are actually like building up the new generation. They're
Oh, yeah.
actually creating these guys to take on the new martial arts movies.
Yeah.
So hey, now it's them, bro.
And they changed the way other people fought. Because I remember Cynthia Rothrock. I mean, she had a movie with Sammo Hung, and you can see the
Ye-
raw physics, the multiple hits, all the snake and so
Yeah,
on and so
yeah.
on. And it's not even like the 2000s, like the 90s going up actually. It's fascinating. It's like they branched, and then the one branch kind of with it, and then the other branch just kind of became powerful. It's very
Exact something else.
yeah, it's very interesting but the thing is, I miss the old one because again, there was an element of storytelling within the fight. But we'll get that will be a conversation for another time. I hope you're around for part two. Anyway, so yeah, Mr. Barbarian faces the next master who holds the old what's it, the spear with the sword. Um,
Also, hey, look, this was not this serious. Like, this is supposed to, like, why are you using blades? Guys, whoa. This is like, this is about casually murder each other in the street. What? I swear, dog. And this was like a thing in Japan as well. Like, I was like, Asia, what was going on, guys? Because in Japan,
Bro,
samurais would challenge each other in the street. And I'm like, dog, you were living your life. It cannot be this serious. Where
he
you
told
must, one of us shall die today. I just met
No,
you today. What are you beefing over?
no,
population issue.
that's very interesting. And another thing I actually noticed watching this movie, every form of martial arts must have its own sort of weapon. Like
Mm,
it must have its own form of different weapon. They like, dude, this guy, when he first started challenging that he was using martial arts, and
yeah.
then as it goes, he starts using some sort of blade. It's like a barbarian blade.
Yep.
And then I realized when I watched Ip Man 3, I saw Ip Man, there's actually Wing Chun blades. That's the
Yeah.
first time they actually introduces them. I was like, oh snap, every martial arts has like
As
a
phases.
specific
Yeah.
weapon tailored for it.
Yeah. I think it's fascinating stuff, man. Some will have multiple,
Dude.
but some will just have one. I mean, Taekwondo, yeah, we're gonna get lost in the weeds. It's almost 10 o'clock. Okay, keep an eye on that one though. But like you said, he's
Uh-huh.
got a barbarian sword. I think I called it a claymore at one point. Music play continues. It's very interesting because when the fight goes from one fight to the other, the bass vanishes. And then as soon as they pick
Mhm.
up their weapons, start up, the bass picks up again. Fascinating stuff. They're going for something here. What you call it?
Yeah.
Leitmotifs? Not I don't know if that's the right word, but for now we'll just say leitmotifs. For those who don't know what a leitmotif is, it's a filmmaking technique invented by Wagner, I think, where basically you take a musical score and you slice it up into pieces and you tie each piece to an actor. So, for example, Aragon will have his own. In Lord of the
Oh.
Rings, the best example. Aragon will have his own music. Legolas will have his own music, and then when Aragorn and Legolas are next to each other, the two musics mix, so you can hear the soundtrack of Aragorn next to Legolas. It's a fascinating
Oh,
art
nice.
theory. Rewatch Lord of the
The
Rings.
best example for me, the best
Mhm.
example of that has to be the
Has to
best
be
example has to be anime. Like the
enemy.
best example when it comes to each character having music and
Oh,
like
you said
having their own
anime.
music.
Oh, yes.
Anime, yeah, it has to
Oh,
be anime.
Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, no, definitely. Oh, yes. They can do sound so well as well. Dragon
Dragon
Ball
Ball
Z,
Z,
even
dog.
can.
Bro, I,
Dragon Ball Z.
every time Vegeta was winning, all you hear is dum, da, dum, dum, and then he starts losing, and you're like, ah,
I told you that arm.
Bro.
Once that arm starts to get sore.
once you hold that arm, it's time, you must know. Vegeta holding the left arm, power down. It's like, yes,
I thought like so everybody remembers Cell's song.
Of course, one of the greatest sounds ever, man. But anyway, back to the thing. Yeah, no one can argue. I would say the weapon play is not as good as the martial arts, but I still think there's some cool moves that are shown. That, ironically, if you pay attention to the first fight and the second fight, you're gonna see them all combine into the final fight. But we'll get to that later. So anyway, this man gets them beats by Dre. Um, he gets slapped up, packed away. And another thing to notice here is despite the honor and saving face being a huge deal, in not a single fight, even the fight involving the barbarian, along with the policeman, has brought death. The game hasn't changed, despite new characters after new character after new seed. Now things haven't really changed. Things are still positive. Like all these people might lose their businesses because they keep losing all these fights, but no one's killing each other. No one. It's like there's a fundamental understanding because there's still the
friendly
peace.
competition.
on the street is this slower, dog.
There is friendly competition, which is one of the things that is perfectly shown in Bucky. If you've watched the Bucky anime,
Yes. Yeah.
like
Bucky,
Bucky, bro, trust. It's violent, but it gets to a point where
Hanma's never been friendly, Chief. Yujiro Hanma took somebody's face off with his hand. You fight
Dude,
that man, you
trust.
are going to beat us.
Trust. If
Hopefully.
you watch that, have you watched the new one with Musashi? Watch the one with Musashi, you'll understand.
All right.
Look, I've watched all of Baki, Chief, and I can tell you now, anytime anybody boxes Yujiro Hanma, it's never sporting, it's never friendly. That man wants to kill you.
Yeah, he is the strongest. I'm told, like, if you want to attack the beast, you better be prepared to be chowed. That's how it
No,
works.
sometimes you don't attack the beast. Sometimes he just comes to your house and you're like, dog, I was chowing. You are a martial artist. Fight.
And you get out of the way. If you noticed, everybody gets out of the way when that dude is around. You get out of the way.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Not only and you're lucky if the only thing he wants to do is fight you.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. So anyway, yeah, we're 22 minutes in. Master Ip enters the frame and tries to talk to his kid. And his terrible Skylar level wife.
Terrible.
She is now the worst of the wives in all of the things we've done. She's the worst.
Really?
Yes.
No.
She's
Why?
on levels. Karate Kid still has some of the best girls, but this is some of the worst. Yeah.
I feel like this is how every wife ends up becoming.
There's nothing right or die about her, bro.
I thought that the honeymoon is over, Baba.
Okay, no, I wonder if she redeems herself in the next scene that we're going to bring up. Because I think for me,
we'll get into that. Yeah.
I think for me, the thing is though, is that one, I think, yeah, she is kind of harsh on Ip a little bit because it's his profession type thing. And I think at the same time, it is like, do you always have to do this when we're together and it's family time? Like, can you never just say no? Like, you always have to accept every challenge.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? We never seem doing something else. You
guys, you need to understand, you can be the most loyal person, but if you don't have time, shit.
He never leaves the house.
No, but I'm just saying, yeah, he's clearly a house husband. He never leaves the house. But dog, 8 o'clock at night, you have to box. Come on. No,
it's my hobby.
Look,
maybe she needs a hobby of her own.
Exclusive disclaimer. Disclaimer, I don't know. Story time. As a person who's been busy and who's now has an ex because of it, long story short. there is that thing of even if you can give all the time in the world, if it's not given at the time that it's wanted, it can become an issue.
Mm.
So I understand.
That's true.
That's
That's
Skylar
true.
Yeah.
level bullshit. That's
But
Skylar
what I'm trying to
nonsense.
say is, but what I'm trying to say is that Yena, the thing that I like about her though is that as much as she will pout or whatever,
Yeah.
she won't. It doesn't become an argument because that's the thing with me and my ex. It used to be an argument, and
Mm.
like this one, she just like spend some time with your son. I'm going away. We'll come back when you're done or
Mm.
whatever, and she'll pout a little bit. It doesn't become like an issue, which is
Okay,
what's
fair
nice.
enough.
I think it
Yeah.
becomes annoying because in Hollywood films sometimes they'll do that thing where
Yeah.
it'll be blown out of proportion. She will move out the house. You'll be
Yes.
divorced. And it's like it was just an afternoon where I had to take
No,
care of some big
Yeah.
youngsters.
no, guys. No, guys, it all comes down to, do you know who you are shooting?
Mm.
Antola. Like, Asian people are humble. We all know this. A lot
Mm.
of Asian people are humble. They can take a lot of things. But if a black woman, Antola, that's a different story. Antola, temper tantrums get tantrumy.
Plan B. Black woman can't be plan B, dog.
The views expressed.
It's Roxy.
Listen,
The views expressed. You.
I'm going to
Watson.
edit this myself and put a Chris Rock scene right here.
Oh my. Anyway, though, let's keep
It's
going.
okay, yeah. Let's keep going, yes. So yeah, we see our challenger master fight. We see how things are setting up who he is and in advance. Gives us a face. Oh, yes, okay, this is something I was discussing. So I'd call this a named character situation. So now you know Mr. Challenger, right? Mr. Challenger, the guy we met at the beginning. Um, I've got a picture. Okay, I'll show that later. So yeah, we see our challenger fight because after this scene, we cut to the next fight, and we see Mr. Challenger that we set up. Oh, shit, okay, named character to show that how menacing Mr. Barbarian is after packing away a bunch of strangers. Because remember what he did is he beat up two strangers we don't know, but now he beat up someone we do know, but we don't care that much about. So it's like, but he's still like a named character. You know what I mean? It's still a
Yeah, but
person.
I mean, he did put up a better fight than the other guys. The other guys
Oh,
got
he
waxed
did.
relatively quickly.
Yes, but we also don't care about them, so we care a little bit more about him. So that's kind of the joy of a named character. They are essentially anchor points. They can be used as tools for B plots, but they generally are used to show what will happen when a main character when a situation goes wrong. So they're example characters. It shows how a hero can be hurt without actually getting hurt. This movie can be being one example. But he also gets some great examples would be in a disaster movie, such as maybe San Andreas with The Rock, or one of my favorite movies is Independence Day. I'm sure you guys remember these characters. Remember they all had names, faces, voices. Remember? But we see what happens to them.
Yeah, no, but I mean, your alien being defeated by a Mac laptop was wild. But anyway,
But there's filmmaking lessons in Independence Day, and just using these characters as ways to show
what
what can
about the dog that jumps away from the fire?
action dog. It's a very good action dog.
A fireproof dog. But anyway,
Yes. So sometimes the opposite will happen, like with a tragedy, though it's very rare to see an example of this, where you see an example of something good happening to a named character, but it doesn't happen to the main character because the main character is being negative. It's very rare to see that. Anyway, this was our challenge character. I was just letting you guys kind of understand the difference between. But anyway, there's different types of named characters. Some have their own goals. Some have straight POVs. Just other main characters. Some are there for effect and some are just there for the main character to talk to. Anyway, this
no, this
character,
is that's the Aussie rules. We're power scaling right now.
yes, exactly. Anyway, this character gets to taste dirt as he's packed away in front of his students. And he
What
is the
do
whole
you
of the
do? Like,
dojo.
but you know what, Ne? Respect to
Yeah.
these guys. Actually, I just want to say respect to these masters.
Mm-hmm.
Here's why. Because at
Right.
least they fight the challenger straight up.
Yes.
Other
Yes.
kung fu movies, the master will be like, my students can handle you. Then all the students get a broken arm, broken bone, broken. It's like, chief.
You're right.
It's like, you must fight him so we can know if what we're doing is effective. At least these guys stepped up.
Did you guys ever hear about the MMA guy? The one in China that he actually got in trouble. Like they gave him he had a difficulty. He got so he was like an MMA guy who went to China. He was Chinese and he started challenging kung fu masters using MMA. And then the few that accepted the challenge got the beats by Dre. They got smacked up real quick, and then no challenges accepted his fights. And then the Chinese government started giving him shit, bro. It was that bad.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I mean, in this movie, they kind of illustrated well. And I'm not trying to shit on Chinese martial arts. I think they're awesome. I love them and all of that stuff. But I think the thing is that when it comes, but I mean, this is martial arts in general. I think it's not even just Chinese martial arts. It's like if you're doing a martial art, right? First off, it's an art form. Like arts and fighting is two different things. Then the second thing is that when the rules change, if I'm doing karate and you're doing boxing, right? And you're trying to get to me and all you're doing is boxing and I'm kicking your legs, boxing is going to be ineffective.
True.
But now if you start switching up and you start going to grappling and you grapple me and all I'm using is kicking, then things are going to change drastically.
No, exactly.
So one thing this movie illustrates with Wing Chun is the reason why it's super effective against these other art forms is because it doesn't do these wide sweeping motion kick things and wide sweeping jumps and whatever. It's all about efficiency. So it's like, I'm beating you just because I'm going from point A to point B. Whenever you want to go from point A, B, C, D, E, F, G just to hit me.
Exactly. No, 100%.
They want to be philosophical about it.
Yeah.
While Wing Chun goes straight for the points.
Exactly. It's all about, though, I would say it's more about humility. You got to be humble about your things, dude. Don't be cocky, and then when someone shows up with the smoke, now you start, you know what I mean, start acting different. But anyway, cool. So our barbarian.
It's like that Disney story where I don't know if this is true or not, but I think it's been confirmed. Where he fought because it was in one of his biopics or whatever. Where was this the Chinese government or whatever, or Hong Kong or whatever, Chinatown, they wanted him to stop teaching people martial arts. And then they sent like a Shaolin monk to fight him or whatever. And he beat the shit out of the Shaolin monk and he's like, I teach who I want. Protect.
Nice. Don't tell Tarantino about that. Because you know what
did you know, true story, Donnie Yen actually beat up three guys by himself. I think he was defending his girlfriend or something like that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, real life.
They saw him do this.
I don't know what he did, but he beat up three guys. That's one thing I'll tell
you. He's like, oh shit, he does this shit for real.
Now here's my question. Now, did those guys randomly, or did the girlfriend, like, you know that stereotype where the girlfriend's like, hey, those guys said something, and it's like, oh shit, now I must be strong.
Guys, but if you watched movies like Flashpoint, you get to see like Donnie Yen's martial arts, like he's like it's slowly changing into like realism. He mixes like MMA and grappling and stuff. Like
no. It definitely depends on what movie he's doing. Like here, he's sticking very traditional, but yeah, when you get to his more modern films, he does this and he does everything else. Like he'll throw elbows, he'll throw knees. There'll be Muay Thai. He's kind of following that philosophy of Bruce Lee, where it's like whatever is effective. Because that's the basis of Wing Chun.
Yes.
The basis of Wing Chun is like it's what's effective. Like if I can defend and attack, that's what I'm doing. That's why when these guys are hitting these poses and they're coming overhead and they're coming underneath, it's But anyway, we'll talk about it more in the next fight scene.
Yeah,
Let's keep going.
So anyway, the barbarians are enjoying the taste of victory. They start falling into the system of watching, with wanting to open their own dojo. Wanting to open their own dojo as on the street, and it's so funny because that little street almost becomes the #1 headband because now they all want to be Afro somewhere. You know what I mean? They all want that one #1
Hey,
spot, bro.
hey.
But then,
Afro!
but then the most no-name random of random waiters hands out the food while essentially calling all the other dojos garbage. Like everything you did doesn't count until you beat Mr. #1. And he just says all the guys you beat are trash, and you haven't actually faced the one that matters, the one with the #1 headband. First of all, you're a waiter. Why are you talking shit while I'm eating? What's going on here?
You came into my town and beat up all my kung fu masters. What if I was a student?
But
And
the
now I
one
know I
that counts
can't.
is the one that counts is not an actual master. He's a person who sits there with his wife and child the whole day.
That's also so disrespectful. It's like I've been training and take my school. When you just chill with your wife and your kid, but you're the most badass.
Secondly, how about you fight them, Mr. Big Mouth? Because you're out here handing out checks and someone else must cash. You know what I mean? And it's so funny because they're so put off by the new information that they actually stopped eating to go find Mr. Ip Man, who was just,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Bruh, I don't understand how these
Yep.
digestive systems work. Like they even tell you don't go swimming after you eat. These brothers just will eat and let's fight. I'm like, yo, you must be part saying what is this digestive system? Like the
They
food
are
is
a
still
definition.
going down your stomach. You're like, let's box now.
They are the definition of I got a rep to protect.
They even fetched the crowd. Where did they get the
Hey,
crowd
on
from?
some WWE, like at some point, this was a promo mode.
Yes.
He's got good kung fu. He's never met my kung fu brother, and this time it is going down. I'm about to lay us down on whoever's candidates.
I beat everybody. It's time for me to eat, and now you're telling me there's another one.
Exactly. So 25 minutes in, and we have not hit the main story yet. The challenge to the entire narrative has yet to arrive. 25 minutes in is actually fairly deep in. Now, at first I thought, okay, no, this is a problem, right? At first I was worried about it because none of this is technically the inciting incident. But there are challenges to the character, but no, not really. He has money. Yeah, it's not challenged. He has family. It's not challenged. He has talent. He's not challenged. The only thing being challenged is maybe, and again, that's if you stretch it, is the business with his wife, who I still call the worst African frame so far, anyway. It's like that's
I don't know if you guys noticed, but
At this point,
this
Chief,
is
I think we
how
need to review the polygamist or something because the pedestal you are putting this woman on as the worst wife.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but this is the original template of how Asian movies are actually done. Like you can watch a movie for the whole 1 hour before it gets to the real action, like to the real storyline.
No,
That's how it works. I've been watching a lot. I've been like, hey, my dad, especially Jackie Chan movies. There'll be jokes, and then maybe when it's like 30, 40 minutes left, that's when the real action starts.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear that. But
if you watch
if Drunken Master, it got to the main inciting incident pretty quick, and then it had the training montage, and then we got back to the main boss fight. Yes. So I think sometimes it depends.
Yeah, it depends.
I mean, also like if you look at Hero also they get to
happens
the
later.
inciting incident pretty quickly. I guess it's it's kind of different styles of storytelling.
Yeah, it is. But it's interesting but one of the reasons I thought, okay, maybe it's not, is because when you actually pay attention to the rules, save the cat, all that stuff. For those who don't know, you know what save the cat is, Google it. But what's interesting in terms of storytelling is that we're not actually that far off the usual pacing. Because in Steven Spielberg's Peter Pan, or Pan, whatever it's called, It takes 36 minutes before the kids are kidnapped. And in Jurassic Park,
Hook.
yeah, Hook. There, damn it. Yes. You know how long? Anyway, no. Anyway, in Jurassic Park, you see the first dinosaur in about 19 minutes in. And then the first T-Rex, the T-Rex at about the 1 hour mark. So it's not
Okay.
that off the usual. But I think what made this feel different was because the seeds we've been planting were like actual farmers, dude. It's so dense. This story, every line almost matters. Everything is doing two jobs. It's very dense storytelling. Um,
You know what it kind of reminds me of, I think? Low-key, it reminds me of Lord of the Rings a little bit. And I'll give you my rationale.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think this first half an hour, it's
Mm.
kind of a movie on its own.
Yes, yes.
So this section is kind of like we're trying to set up the importance of Ip Man. Because it's setting up his character, it's setting up his relation to the community, it's setting up his
Yeah.
importance within the
Yes.
community, and then it's also
Exactly.
setting up his connection to the other masters.
Yes.
So anytime something goes down in Kung Fu land and nobody can sort it out, Ip Man, aka Kung Fu Superman, has to come. Because like that's the thing now. That's why that bruv visited him at night or visited him in the day to tell him what's going on. Because it's just like, hey, Chief, none of us can handle it. Please do
I
something.
completely
And,
agree.
and
Yes.
surprisingly, that what you just said is the theme throughout all the movies.
Mm.
It
And
comes
he's
to
the
Ip
voice of the,
Man.
he's like a
That's
mayor. It's like some kind of
yeah, he's
mayor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
yeah.
like he's the I don't know, like it's like the Powerpuff Girls. Like Ip Man, help.
I like that. I like that. But yes, yeah, 25 minutes in, the music throbbing. We're still going though. Then Mr. Barbarian busts in. All that
Look
fake
at
politeness
this.
he was doing is gone now. Now he thinks he's the king of the hill. He thinks he's beaten everyone. So now the
Yep.
real him kind of shows up. And now we have
Look at
now
this. Like look at that stuff. Tell me they wouldn't be sparks behind him as the theme music is going off or something.
oh yeah,
It's all about the game and how you play it.
Batista. Batista, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Basista
Exactly.
po.
Exactly. So yeah, we see what happens with that part of him is gone now. Yeah, that's it. We've seen what happens when he gets challenged politely. Now let's see what happens when the challenge is rude, because that's basically the juxtaposition. We saw this. Now we're seeing what happens now. And Mr. Ip Man approaches him. He's still polite,
With no
but he
security
speeds things
again.
up.
Ip Man could not be in South Africa. People would be in and out of his house. Yo,
Like a flippin' spaza shop, bro. He's
hey
like, okay,
dog,
I know what you're gonna
that house
say.
would be empty by Saturday.
No, you can tell that Mr. Barbarian he grew up in the hood. Ke motho wa ko
Mm.
kasi o.
Oh
But
yeah.
he's here in Sandton now. He wants to take over.
Yep. Um, cool. So yes, Ip speeds things up and dismisses. He's like, no, we're done. We're like, yeah, okay, that's great. I know how this goes, but no, thank you. But Mr. Barbarian's not gonna
I,
get. Mhm. Yeah,
I actually love this part because this is when he's actually starting to focus on the family.
yeah, yes,
Hey dog,
exactly.
he's crying. It's like I want to be a family man, but you.
What is it? There's that funny line. I think it's from a comedy. Look, I'm trying to follow the way of peace, but you're making me follow the way of pieces.
I told Al Pacino, they pull me. Every time I go out, they pull me back in.
So yes, so anyway, Mr. Bear starts insulting them as the wife seems to be struck dumb at the idea of them fighting. Like, what? Fighting? Oh, and I was annoyed. You can tell I was at my peak of annoyance with her. Mr. Ip, Master
No, I
Ip.
mean, look, this is, but I'm on her side here because the thing is, these people just barged into her house. Like, I'm sure she's sick of like dog.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure she just looks at her husband like, "Can you lock the door?" They just come in every day, and they have to just put up with. And then always you fight in the living room. It's always the living room. Why do you never go outside? My vase
But
is
you
broken.
were saying,
My TV is broken.
but for me, this is the scene where she redeems herself.
Yeah.
For me, this is where she redeems herself. All that babbling, all that talking, all that fighting. Now she actually gets to see, hooray, why I get to do what I
No,
do.
no, no. He turns into Chi-Chi because Chi-Chi does this. If you pay attention to Chi-Chi, Chi-Chi will do this where she will TikTok fighting all the time until you start insulting her family. Either then she will
Aha,
get you or she will send somebody to get you.
exactly.
Exactly. 100%,
Exactly.
bro. That I definitely got Chi-Chi vibes. It's so funny that we all got these Dragon Ball Z connections with this first part
No,
anyway.
no, I
Um,
Because
love
yeah,
it, especially with
what she
Gohan.
hears, like what she hears, your men can't fight, what, disrespect.
yeah,
She's like, okay, honey,
Yep.
get him.
oh, definitely. Um,
Especially with Gohan. She wants Gohan to be a philosopher, but when shit gets down, get him, Gohan. That's the
exactly,
first thing she said.
exactly. But yeah, so he stays calm throughout, but he's not willing to accept the provocation. But finally, the first person to break under all this provocation is, of course, Mrs. Wife, and she's like,
Yes.
"You know what? Fuck it. Look, just don't break anything."
Uh-huh.
Because yeah, it takes a lot to
Yeah,
to
hold
make
on
a
to
man upset. Yeah,
that.
I
and
designed this house. Everything here is me. So
yep.
be careful.
Exactly. And what's so great is just, I call this foreshadowing because him staying calm, the fact that it takes a lot to make him angry, we'll need to know that in the future. Anyway, um,
Uh-huh.
No,
having
what I
been,
love about this is when she's like, "Don't break anything," and Ip Man turns around and he looks like a kid in a candy store.
Exactly.
yes,
Exactly. The excitement.
I was like,
absolutely.
"Oh, they're about to beat." And I watched this movie years ago, so I kind of forgot about that. But when he turned around, I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot how badly he mama turned this bro. Oh, this bro about to get a beat down and a half."
Exactly. Having been given the green
Mhm.
light, we see that things are about to go down. It's gonna go down.
Tonight
Well,
on E.
Yes, the barbarian is about to get humbled.
yep. And then out of nowhere, Mr. Policeman enters, and that same captain, and he just goes in there and says, "Yeah, at first you're like, okay, he's gonna shut it down with all that ego of his." Then he's like, "You have to redeem our honor." Woo! And you're like, "Okay, this is a
Dude,
double green light."
what?
Now,
This is
I was just
the
waiting for Ip
community
Man to do the
here. I'm
Goku
telling
jump.
that's why I'm saying every
yeah,
no, that's why I was saying every scene like it shows you like Ip Man and the community. This is when the community is like, hey Baba, you fight for us now.
yeah,
You're doing
yeah,
it for us.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm saying this is where I'm expecting Ip Man to start doing the Goku stretch and the Goku jump before the fight. Like he must be extra excited. Now he's got the
Exactly.
green light from the wife and the law.
And you must take off the weights now. You know what I mean? You must take off the
Yeah.
weights.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Um,
all.
and
I've been flexing with everybody, but with you, I'm gonna have fun.
oh, definitely. And also, let's just, because we haven't mentioned in a while, look at the framing. All the barbarians are there, and then the police is
Mhm.
turning his back to them so he can like talk to thing. It's a gorgeous shot right here. I think this is just great filmmaking. Great filmmaking. Anyway, so yeah, turns out reputation is everything, but you can
Would you
get
call this
close.
a wide or would you call this a close up? I feel like it's a wide, isn't it?
Not, it's a medium. No, it's actually not a
Oh, it's
close
a
up.
medium.
It's a close. It's a basically center frame, the whole head. Yeah, it's a close up. This counts as a close up. A medium,
Oh, okay.
like
I'm
up to
saying the
here.
reason why I'm counting it as a wide in my mind is because you can see all the other stuff. Like wides to me, it's like it gives you more information on the scene.
Yes. Okay. No,
But
it is a wide. You're right. It's a close up and a wide because a wide is the horror
Oh,
this way, whereas a close up is more like how do I put it to you? But yes,
the
yeah. But it's a
okay.
background,
wide
So
shot,
I'm
the
just
but
background
it's
has
up
a
close.
also
difference.
starting to study
Yeah.
camera. I'm also starting to study camera lenses because of comic books. Because
Yeah.
studying camera lenses makes comic books better. But yeah, I was
Yes.
just wondering how you would
Yeah.
classify this one.
Oh, definitely, dude. You should absolutely learn it, dude. It's fantastic when you shots like this are amazing. But yes, it counts as a wide. But anyway, the crowd is pushed out by the cops while still swimming in ego. We get a nice little line where we see Ip Man has confidence and firmness with the face such provocation. We see this as a bit more of a chess match. As I was talking before about chess match. Because we see him use the exact when the fight starts, we see him use the exact same moves that when he smacked up guy number one with the low kick, he used the low kick again, but now Ip Man is ready for it. So it's like you would have thought Ip Man had seen the first fight. Because so what they're using now is the power of repetition. You'd use the same moves you saw before, so the audience in their minds can try to predict what's about to happen, and then they show a counter of the initial counter, and it's this nice little flow that you get. Yeah. So then we see a bit more of it using same moves, but this time again, perfect counters. The barbarian's prowess is undermined by Ip Man's skill. It's a wonderful.
That's the thing that I was saying earlier. Like the way, if you look at the way Ip Man fights, it's very efficient. It's very small.
Yes.
Ip Man doesn't go far. He doesn't go wide. He doesn't go loud or whatever.
Yeah.
Everything is compact. So if you look at it with the other fighting styles were also wild. They were also swinging. There's also jumping, spinning kicks. There's also huge posing fences. But Ip Man, it's just like you can basically count it in a rhythm. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's because of that training doll. Like that doll, the way it's designed, it's showing you the points that can immobilize a person's body. So that's what Ip Man does fight. He hits the parts that you actually need to do what you need to do.
Yes, he hits the vitals. He hits where it matters, which is why he can't hit you. Ironically, that's why he doesn't hit you. Do you know what I mean? Like that's exactly. And then of course we see the joke as he knocks over the vase. Oh yeah.
No, and the basic of Wing Chun is block and attack. You block and you hit at the same time.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, we see the vase get knocked over, and you can kind of see the fight come to a stop because like and it's like, oh shit, the kid looks pay for it.
But Rob, when you were talking about the wife, this is when I was just like, I can understand her getting pissed off if the fights happen in the living room all the time. It's like, I just replaced this thing.
Exactly. Who's gonna clean, Baba? Yeah, you're breaking my Tupperware. Who's going to replace them?
The fact that they're both scared, like
I'll pay for it. It's like sharp, but why are you spinning kicking? Like, sis, what are these huge kicks?
Bro. So these are Ming vases. Like, I don't at that time they weren't that expensive, but now they're like crazy expensive.
Oh yeah. Ironically, it's the fine china, quote unquote.
Wear your glasses.
So anyway, yeah, he's already broken the vase and he's going to pay for it. Then the fight flows, and he, with a great kick, just an axe kick, smashes the table, and the baby Ip cycles into the room and is like, "Hey yo!"
Oh yeah.
This is some disrespectful. This is some anime, like this is some top 10 disrespect of your opponent.
I love this. This is the pure example of why you have a kid. Go tell your daddy what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's what mom did. Go tell your dad that he's breaking my things.
No, but I'm saying, you know how disrespectful it is to your opponent where your kid cycles and it's like, mom says if you don't start taking this seriously, all the stuff is going to get broken in the house. Can you beat this man so he can go home? As the opponent, like, this is almost equivalent. It's not the same, but it's almost equivalent to if you've ever watched Yu-Gi-Oh! There was this character called Pegasus, and he was dueling this dude. I forgot what his name, American Jack or something. I forgot what his. Keith.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then Pegasus gets up, hands this kid a paper, and says, "You go play for me," and then sits the kid in front of Bandit Keith.
Oh yeah.
And destroys Bandit Keith using what Pegasus said. And
exactly.
That is the ultimate level of disrespect. Hey, like that's why he pulled up a gun at some stage or whatever, Bandit Keith, because that was some disrespect. So I'm saying this is not on the same level, but it's kind of there for me.
My time. Like this is you're not worth my time type level. You feel me?
Stop playing.
Even a child can beat you.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, but this one, it's not there, but it's approaching because it's literally like, my dad has not been taking you seriously. And my mom wants
Exactly.
him to mop up it quickly so that we can get back to our regular life. Because now he's having fun with you. He's
Yeah,
not boxing you for real. You know how
Bro,
offended I
yeah,
would be.
like,
Yo,
dude, like the family knows this guy so well that they know when he's playing with someone.
yeah.
That's
They
how
know
messed
he
up it
plays with
is.
his food. Yeah, they know, and they're like, "Hey, this guy was
yeah,
rude. Why are you playing with your food? Get this guy." Absolutely, and it's so relevant. It's so relevant because you're gonna need this for
Bro.
later on. I think it's the closest thing to a badass Goku moment, and there's some redemption here. I'll give her that. This is where she gets her
Mhm.
redemption.
And it shows his relationship with his family. Like as much
Yeah,
as he ignores his family has his back, bro.
yeah, and they know him. They know him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they know him. They know what he's like. So I think that's
Exactly.
fantastic. Um, and so then he straightens up, he ties up his thing, and he's like, all right, let's do this properly. And then within a minute, they
oh
have this
God.
thing
No,
flying,
no,
bro.
like it wasn't a kung fu fight. This was corporal punishment now.
Absolutely, dude. It's
This
like you
was
said,
Bro,
like,
I'm going to sort you out.
no,
yeah,
they took this guy to rehab. I
oh
don't know
yeah.
if you noticed how rude he was throughout the whole movie. After this fight, he becomes such a sweetheart. They
Yes.
took this guy to
They called it tough love, bro.
rehab.
But the music, by the way, also changes. It's not just, oh, the music was like, oh, he was playing, so we were playing. Oh, he's serious. Let's get serious too. And the music gets more
Mhm.
serious, and this man gets beat
Uh-huh.
up right quick. And and he gets knocked out. In one of the, he gets knocked out. He actually gets knocked out, and then his boys have to pick him up, and he
Wait,
wakes up and he's like, hey, yo! And then he has to come with a new
But
strategy. Yeah.
dude, he didn't just get beatings, he got humbled, bro.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
in front of
definitely.
his boys as well.
Oh yeah. And they gave it and for they gave him the proper wing chun for like the first time we actually really see it. When he start they gave him a piece of
Uh-huh.
small piece, just a few hits. And this man was in the air like this. So and then he pulls out his sword, which is a beautiful shot. I don't have it here. I should have saved it. Where he kicks the sword up and then tries to decoy with a punch and then come with the
Oh
sword.
yeah.
Then he ducks it. And then this man pulls out a feather duster and then just in a few seconds has this man looking like this, bro. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't believe what I was seeing. This was
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about
Look at
this
the
was Rock
eyes.
Lee. This was
Look at
Rock
the
Lee
eyes.
shit.
I don't
Exactly.
know if he's shocked or he's scared or he's just like, what is happening?
I think it's both. I think he's terrified. But he can't do anything. So
Exactly.
the line of separation is so drastic as we start to see some of the true Wing Chun with the multiple hit flurries. We are,
Yeah.
yeah, we're in the third phase of this fight. So there've been three
Yeah.
phases. Phase one, he was playing. Phase two, he's not playing anymore. Phase three,
Mhm.
they pull out the swords. He's like, fine, I'll use a weapon too. Hits him with the feather duster, and this man just gets beaten while rubbing his butt. You know what I mean? He's like, ah, okay,
Yes.
you win, and he's rubbing the Jackie Chan style, like, ah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, I
That's all.
love it.
They had to show him. The thing is, they had to show him how much of a child you are. You don't
Yeah,
come here with the temper tantrums, Baba. You talk
exactly,
like men.
exactly. And then he admits defeat. He's like, my Southern style is like, it's not your Southern style, it's your you. It's you. You lost.
Exactly.
Don't blame your Southern style.
Exactly.
And it's so funny because it's like, does this house not have windows? No one saw the fight. Because they're like, what happened? Well, they look sad. They look sad. So I think they lost. It's like,
They
look
laugh,
at his face.
dude. But like I said, now is I love how these characters moving forward, like
Mhm.
they actually for they went from rivalry to like being
Yeah.
sort of like friends or something, like allies.
Because in a way, they still understand that even though they're playing chess, they understand that they're still on the same board. You know what I mean? That's
Uh-huh.
why the
Uh-huh.
shift, because someone threw the board over. You know what I mean? So they're still playing, but it's fair. It's fair game. And that's what's so
Exactly.
fantastic. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Mr. Policeman with the gun, where he's like, "Yeah, dog, we have the guns now. You guys are busy talking martial arts. When the martial arts come and beat everybody up, Batman, save us!"
Exactly. Speaking of which,
Hmm.
is it me? Or was there strange animosity between the policeman and Mr. Ip? And that when he hits him with the feather duster, you're like, was that a mistake? Because but the policeman kind of smiles, he's like, okay, fine. He's just
Sorry, I just wanted to talk about that KO quick, because I got cut off. I don't know why. I just love how it was like, again, this is like Street Fighter technically, because Street Fighter you box anywhere, anytime, and they hit that bro with a KO. Perfect. Because I don't think he hits
Perfect.
it once in this fight. And then also Ipman says it's not about northern style or southern style. The problem is you.
yes,
Uh-huh.
the bar.
A game quote. It's a game quote. Like yo.
Exactly.
One
Such
time
a
they
bar.
beat you and then they hit you with the philosophy on top of that.
Yes. But
Like Street Fighter used to do that. When you get beat at the arcade, they'll say, "Go home and be a family man." It's like you.
yes, yes, they will. Something Ryu would say, yes. So now,
Oh yeah.
so 32 minutes have passed and the battle has been won, and the people of the city are extremely grateful. Um, these people are now heroes. They go home only to find a crowd around the house. And Quan is there scolding playfully that he wasn't told that Ip Man is building his own school. And then Ip Man's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" It's like, where did all these people come from? It's like he's a. And also, what do you mean he's building his own school? Is he a lord? Is he a feudal lord? Where's this money coming from? If he's not actually
I
fighting,
don't know. They'll get paid if you're good at kung fu, I guess.
just
But
the
No,
but I'm
stipend.
saying, but also, Rob, to be fair, everything I'm sure costed. Like I'm sure that house costed like 20 cents.
But still, who
no,
gave it to him? Is he winning
and
competition?
actually at that time, Ip Man is actually considered a rich man. He was actually wealthy at that time.
Yeah, but from what? What in the
I have
scene
no
is going
idea.
on here?
I have no
Where it's like, what does he do for a living? Does he have a fight? Does he have a dojo?
You know,
No.
I feel like
No,
they
nothing.
had prequel movies, like they did prequel movie stuff in this series. So
Oh,
he was like part of a school, and I think he did win competitions or something or the other. So I think maybe that's where the money comes from. If you look at
damn.
the backstory,
Damn, who was hosting these? The Saudi Arabians. What Ronaldo
no,
money
no,
is getting?
everything costed 5 cents. Everything costed 5 cents.
I feel like you're gonna get us into trouble, bro.
Bro.
But
Now,
They had a great
even if it
economy.
even
That's
if
all I'm saying. How?
even if it costs 5 cents, dude is wearing designer clothes. His house is huge. The wife
China,
is
how
wearing
how
like
is he
that
four
was
wearing
coats or some
Titan?
shit.
that cost like 3/4 of a cent. The other one costed 2 cents. The house was 5 cents. You know, the furniture was. I'm sure it's 2 cent. I'm sure it's 2 cent total. The furniture. They had a great economy, guys.
Really?
And they grow their own rice, I think. So Antola food was there. I'm just saying it helps. It helped with the economy.
Point is, Mr. Policeman is there. And then again, there's a weirdly tense moment where he's like, "Hey, yo, is this your fault? This is your fault, isn't it?" And the policeman's like, "Ah." And then he's like, "Look, you just guard here." And then the policeman's like, "Oh, yes, boss." And he's like, "What?" And then the policeman is like, starts cheering them on. He's like, "Yo, guys, you must, what does it say? Genuflect." He's like, "Guys, you must hail." Yeah, he says hail. He says hail. And they all go, "Master Ip," or something like that, dude. And it's a crazy
Mhm.
way to end it. Yeah, Master Ip, Master Ip.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
But this
see
is the end of the first movie. If we're going by that Lord of the Ring rules.
yeah, yes, this is the end of the first movie. Yes, exactly right. And then
He
and
has
then the
one.
Fire Nation attacked. And then
You
which
have
is
fought
funny
for our
because
honor.
Yeah, exactly. Because as you know from the Avatar, The Last Airbender, you'll know that the Fire Nation is actually set after the Japanese. It's actually,
Aha.
yeah, to represent the Japanese. So yes, the Fire Nation did attack. And now before we go to our next phase, one could argue the main phase of the story, that's the main phase of the story, but we'll stop here in order to consider what is actually here. So we have basically, like you guys said perfectly, we have told a story within a story, something that both works as its own narrative and set up the time of peace before the time of strife. It is setting up a
Mhm.
strong juxtaposition before we see how things have changed. The most grandiose example I can think of that matches this would be City of God. Guys, you
Yeah.
should still watch it. I know, Buck, I've told you a
Yeah,
thousand times to watch it.
I will check it out one
He
day.
hasn't watched it,
I actually wanted to
bro.
watch it because I needed to. I actually wanted to watch it because I needed to beat Kim in a plot armor episode, but I didn't have time. But I'll make time to actually just watch the movie.
You need
Bro,
time and
like
energy,
what,
bro.
dude? Like I'm a 90s kid, man. There's a
Mhm.
place here called Tutumani Village. I moved to like East Bank around when I was 7. Actually, the way they showed City of God, that place that they were building like RDP houses. Like
Mm.
that's the way it was like in Tutumani. Like that place, that movie is just so beautiful, bro. Like how
Yo,
RDPs
bro,
stand
7-year-olds
out
running
from.
around with pistols. Yo, we glad you're still here, dude. The movie guy.
Dude, hey, bro, watch that movie, bro. It's just
So
peak
fantastic. Yeah.
greatness.
But yes, as I was saying, like the city of God, right? So what they did there, and I think something similar happens here, but I'm going to find out in the next half. What they did here is you can kind of see the visual designs. You'll notice a lot of gold and yellow. So what the story starts with is lands of brown sand and heat. You can see the RDP style here. We see the golden hues of nostalgia before we're set into the present where we still get beauty, but it's more cold
Bro, this
and
is
just
what South Africa was like in the 90s.
yeah, this is absolutely, dude. Growing up, Guguletu. Yeah, there were parts of Guguletu that were exactly like this, dude. You have no idea.
Hmm.
It was like these, and
Hmm.
then a gap, and then the beach. It was crazy. But anyway, yeah. So as you can see, that's the gold, and you kind of get that cold blueness here. You can see the color framing because this is when they're grown ups.
Oh,
Versus,
I see the
Yeah,
correlation now
yeah.
because the color scheme of this film changes when the Japanese invade. Everything becomes like bluer and darker.
exactly,
Aha,
And
aha.
even Ip Man's clothes, he stops wearing brighter colors and he's like wearing all black. It's very dingy. Ah, I got you.
Everything that movie becomes like it becomes darker. The atmosphere, everything. When
yes,
the Japanese attack is just it goes from bright to it dims down.
yes, exactly. Now I
Ah,
feel
that's
like.
kind of interesting. I never picked up on that. It's a good use of color.
Yeah, it's a fantastic use of color, and it's both used in both movies really well. We're setting up it's a great before and after. I think I think what this movie does, not City of God, but this movie, what it does is attention to detail, the use of props, the use of setting, the use of costume, the set design. I would not be surprised if a massive chunk of the budget went into setting up just how wonderful the land is before the big change. Um, the big difference here would be that City of God told a story with more of a beginning, middle, and end, while setting up a huge cast of characters that had a beginning and beginning, middle, and end to a short opener. Now, I would say this movie, like you guys said, does similar, almost the same thing, but it's still great. Don't get me wrong, but I think it doesn't do it as well. Because we get our hero, he's always physically challenged, but he's the strongest person there. Him and his family have to deal with it. His wife hates it, sure. But then I guess you could say the arc is that the wife kind of low key accepts it. You could say that's a story arc, though one could
I
argue
mean,
watching
I
it.
would say that this first movie or this first half, it's kind of a
Yeah,
flat arc, if
yeah,
anything.
yes,
Like the
Mhm.
other characters around Ip Man change, but he doesn't change until the Japanese arrive.
yeah. You could say
Aha.
that exactly. So it doesn't have that same thing as City Guard. It has its own thing, which is still fantastic. Um,
Hmm.
I
Now
personally, I think it's
it shows how easy his life was
yeah,
before.
exactly.
Like
It's
even martial arts, it's like he's a prodigy. The way he uses it,
yeah,
it's like he's a prodigy.
exactly. And I think it's fantastic. I think I would have tweaked one or two things, so I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10 for this mini story. and we'll have to see how good the rest of it is next week. What do you guys say?
Yeah. 8 out of 10 is a good score, I believe.
Yeah.
Again, I think because this is not Ip Man in his final form. This is not Ip Man in his final range of character. Because the other thing that this movie did well, that action movies, especially generic action movies, don't do, is they never show their heroes like as they prioritize the action over the emotion. And I think a good action movie, like you get emotionally invested in the character doing the action.
Yeah.
So like this beginning, it's basically this is a prologue to why the second half of the movie is going to be important.
Oh yeah.
Like it sets up that he's this nice guy. It sets up that he's this guy who doesn't like to get angry. It sets up that he's this guy that likes to give out lessons and whatever the case is. And it sets up that he loves fighting, but he respects his family. So when we get to the second half of that movie and he starts getting pulled away from his family due to circumstances, he starts getting into situations of violence where the violence this time is not controlled, there's no rules, or the rules have changed from what he knows. And now it's a different environment, and now he's technically in sink or swim territory where it's like, I can't afford to be nice anymore.
Yes.
No, you're actually right. You're actually right. This guy, like I said, this guy has been living a life of comfort throughout for the first, it was 20, 25 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
For the whole 25 minutes of the movie, it shows you like the type of comfort that he's been living. And then in the second half, it shows you how he overcomes the challenges of life. Because at the end of the day, this is what life really is. You can have everything and then it can be taken away from you. And then you have to change, you have to adapt, you have to be a different person. That is what Ip Man became. Antona, from a cheese boy to like one of the greatest masters
like
ever.
we'll get into it later though, but he also doesn't lose his center, which is another thing that I found interesting about the film.
Exactly, he's always stays himself.
As much as he changes, he does not change to the point where he breaks himself, which is interesting. Which is a big thing within the community. Because again, going back to this, at the beginning, he's Kung Fu Superman. Like he has to save the Kung Fu. He has to solve the city's problems.
Yeah.
So and then eventually, the rest of the movie happens, and we'll get into it into detail later. But that's why that's why that beginning is important. 8 out of 10 as a story on its own. I mean, you can even get more nitpicky and knock it down to a 7 if you like, but I like the fights, so it's getting an 8. I know.
Yeah.
But long story short, that it was a setup for his importance and who he is as a person, so that when we get to the strife, we understand why the strife is important. And I think a lot of action movies do not do that. Some Kung Fu movies also don't do that.
If this movie was done in America, if this was an American film, I'm telling you, what we just did would have been Ip Man Part 1. Finish.
Oh yeah, would have been the whole movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a whole movie.
Yeah, I fully agree. The whole, because remember, they squeezed a bunch of stuff in. But anyway, any score for you, Mr. Dude?
No, 8 out of 10 is the perfect one.
Okay, cool. Well, then I guess that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I know we did.
Sorry for my puppy ass internet. I don't know what's going on. I want to go shoot my service provider. I don't know.
We're going to get you a satellite one day, buddy. That's the plan. Because we get you, yeah. But anyway, guys, thanks so much. I appreciate Mr. Movie Guy. Please, I hope you show up again because we had a blast having you. Mr. X wasn't available today, but I know he'll be available next time. You can have a bigger crowd, more bigger. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Have a wonderful day, guys. That's Mr. X, Dude the Movie Guy, SQJ Pure, VR Sebeko, and Meister Geek Media. Buck, see you guys later. Have a good day. Peace.
Good night.